That dog looks like a polar bear.
Oh man, like I love polar bears and I love dogs. So no, I'm literally going back to see that dog because I saw a dog and I was like, that's a cute dog, but I didn't look close enough to see a polar bear.
So there was two. I think it was the one that you ran past afterwards. They should be around here somewhere. They've totally gone.
Though? No.
Totally gone.
This game is bullshit. I'm done.
Agent,
is that it up there? Is there a dog? There's a dog here. I don't think it's the same one though.
We never did a scene like this, so I can't offer much guidance. Over and out.
Oh.
No, you are not Bear Dog. You are the dog out of Call of Duty.
Still, he just.
He's dead.
I know.
In the face.
Why?
Because it wasn't. It wasn't.
Because it wasn't the one we wanted.
So Alana, you and I have been playing Division. We've played 2 evenings worth so far.
Mm-hmm.
We did the intro, which wasn't a part of the beta, which we played a few weeks back together. How did you find the first sort of entry point to the game?
The first mission, like the first few, I thought they were really boring. I kind of had no idea what was going on, not because I wasn't paying attention necessarily, but because like it didn't really grab me, and also I don't know, they just didn't really seem important. And so it didn't get off to a great start, but then we kind of weirdly we got to where the beta was set, and I was like, okay, like time to replay stuff I've already played a few times, and I wasn't looking forward to it, but I enjoyed myself a lot more this time. I think this game's a little bit more polished, and like I knew how to do it a bit better. And yeah, ever since then, like since we've gone back into the sort of main games, I've been really enjoying it. So thumbs up.
Yeah, there does seem to be a bit more to it. As you said, I feel like the tutorial stage could have actually gone on a lot longer than it did.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, here, go get some supplies, and yeah, that's done. Now you know how to play the game. Yeah. And I mean, I appreciate that, like, getting into the exciting stuff quicker, but I mean, they could have written it differently, they could have structured the missions differently so that the intro or the tutorials, like, were more interesting and more important, but, whatever. It got there in the end.
It's Dr. Candle.
Yeah, this is the second mission of the medic wing. So we are repairing our facilities to heal all citizens who don't have guns and shit like we do.
The
first one was
it'll get me cool perks since I'm our support player.
Designated support person.
Until I get what I need from them.
I think I swapped my perks around last time to account for two fighter perks, two assault perks if you like, which is under technology. I would make a point of noting as well. We're actually only playing on the normal setting. We'd anticipated that we wanted to play through the entire game on difficult, hard mode, but we were having some trouble.
Yeah, we did one of the missions on hard.
Yeah, it made the game a lot more interesting. Like the AI definitely smartens up. Like,
yeah.
I like the level scaling. These guys are the first level 7 enemies we come against. Obviously, that's why the mission's a level 7 mission. But they already seem to be taking a little bit more in the way of...
Yeah, I did my usual tactic, my usual support character tactic of just running in with a shotgun, and it's been going terribly because they're actually like smart enemies this time. So I think I have to replan my tactics, which makes sense since I'm trying to be our support character and not a tank.
Yeah, I'm the one laying down fire from behind as a support character normally would with my marksman rifle. So
yeah,
probably just playing.
Terrible at sticking to class roles. We should just swap.
The perks that you added the last time we played that was pretty effective, where you could heal me if I was going in, all guns blazing.
Yeah, so the one I got was really cool really cool skills. So if I heal myself and you're close enough, I heal you as well.
Yeah.
And I only heal you for like 40% or something, but it's still like in a tough spot, then it's enough to get you not on death's door. And I was going to get the one that gave us like a boost on revive, but I thought this will keep us alive longer, so hopefully we won't even need revive if this one works. And yeah, it's worked really well. But I like that, like, there are so many skills that, like, you can pick ones that perfectly tailor your style of support character or, you know, attack character.
Yeah, and what I think is quite important with that as well, like in comparison to other games of this nature, not to spend any time going through, oh, it plays like this, oh, it plays like that. I think it plays like itself, really. But you can change it around, so a lot of the perks are very dependent on whereabouts you're upgrading, which wings you're upgrading, which so, you know, if we were to go through somehow, even though the level cap kind of prevents it, but if we were to go and do nothing but medic missions, we'd both essentially have to be you know, support characters.
And I like the idea that, you know, your character and your skills are dependent on the, like, departments or the facilities that you put time and effort into. There's a bomb there, watch out. Oh, watch out!
I tried to run away from it. It didn't actually do much damage.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I like that it's kind of, you've got to, like, balance out the facilities. Like, you can't just, you know, rush through and get all the medical ones done first and then all the security wing ones done. It's like, you really got to think about which missions you do based on, like, how you want your character or your party to be.
Yeah, and playing through two-player, what's your thoughts about playing through, you know, with someone? I mean, I've got quite an opinion. I have been leveling a character separate to playing together, but I'm behind where we are. I'm trying to make sure that the first experience I have is co-op. Do you think it's a game built for co-op, or could you yourself ever wanted to play it single player?
No, if we weren't playing it together right now, I wouldn't be. Oh, I'm sorry, I think I blew that up on you. I wouldn't be playing it on my own. I mean, maybe if we play it more, I'll get like super into it, and then, you know, you won't be available one night, so I'll just start playing it on my own. But I can't really see that happening just because these generally aren't the kind of games I enjoy. So, yeah, I mean, for me, like, I'm really enjoying it, but it's still, like, not enough to change my gaming preferences.
Yeah. There's always, I think there always is one thing that does get you to that point with specific genres. So I do like this type of game. Like, I've alluded many times to enjoying the likes of Destiny and Diablo, you know, really loot-heavy, repetitive kind of things. And I think this is of that nature.
Yeah,
I'm not quite as hooked as I was on the games like those games though. Like, I can see it maybe happening, but it is much more.
You seem pretty hooked though, so.
Yeah, I'm. The thing that's getting to me, obviously, when I'm playing through a second character, it sounds like, oh, you're invested enough to do a second character, but I'm not actually enjoying the time doing that, because all I'm doing is repeating the missions we've already done and then going off and doing a couple of side bits. So not to outpace the point of us, you know, seeing how well it plays as a co-op shooter. I think it'd have been interesting to play like we originally intended as a full team of 4, just to see how the game scaled, because it's scaled very well to 2 players from 1, I feel.
Yeah, I think so. It would be fun. I think it would be fun, like, just seeing the, like, team tactics evolve with more than 2 people. Like, so we've been building our characters based on, like, okay, well, these will work well together, and this will, you know, this will help out Jamie as well as me, is what I've been thinking. So, like, if we had Chunt and Lauren and they were both different types of characters, then we could all be kind of thinking like that, and we could all have different roles in, like, fights and stuff like that, and I think that would be really interesting. That's one thing that I actually really do enjoy about these games. It's just a shame that, yeah, that party dynamic, we don't have the people for it at the moment.
Yeah. And that was something, as I think me and Chunt spoke about maybe on an episode of Plugged In, was we really both enjoyed Destiny a hell of a lot more playing it together. It actually worked out as a good time just for us to, catch up with each other. It was quite passive, but if we hadn't spoken to each other for a week or two, really, which I know, given the confines, obviously, what seems weird that we wouldn't have spoken to each other for a few weeks. But there were times when it did get like that. Do you want to just play some Destiny? Like, we'll do some strikes. And I hope that this does have that kind of content. I think it's the they called it Incursions, haven't they? It's coming out a month after the launch. It is a free update to anyone who bought the game. So hopefully that is something in a similar vein, where you can just jump in and you'll get rewards based on what's happening. How do you feel the loot is working? Do you think it's?
I really like the loot. So far it's all been really varied. I like that there's like weapons and armors, but then just also cosmetic items. I'm a sucker for a good hat, you know that?
Yeah.
Although my mission in this is to find a scarf. I've heard they're pretty hard to find, but I want a scarf. And yeah, like even just the different tiers, they're really good. It's like really exciting the first time I found my first blue weapon.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there is that drive to like complete missions and play more just to get better gear.
Yeah, I agree. That's what brought me back to, I've just said, Diablo and
Confirmed. It's napalm B, all right.
Destiny.
Capacity, they must
It's
be
the grind to get better gear, and that's why I knew this was going to have its claws in me quite easily. Whilst it's got its claws in, there is something a little bit less fantastical about it. Those two games, you're fighting for like magical weapons and things like that. Whereas with this, it's very.
This is a little bit sci-fi, but it's mostly realistic. But I mean, I'll always prefer like full-on sci-fi games like Mass Effect or like fantasy games like The Witcher, just because there's magic and there's like fantastic science and stuff, and that's just more of a it's more of a fun time to play and escape into that world. But even though they're like regular guns or whatever, it's still really rewarding to find them.
It is when you see that color palette change as well, like you said. I have got excited a few times early in the game where I've seen a blue drop and it's ended up being a cosmetic item. I think they could have picked a different color. Make cosmetic items, make them red, or that's not just because of my preference for red, but something that's a little bit different to the fact that you have rare items drop and they're blue as well.
Yeah. I mean, because I do like cosmetic items, but there's, more. Like I get a bigger sense of like, oh yeah, this is really going to help me when I know it's like a weapon or a cool like piece of armor. So it would have been nice if you'd kind of known what you were getting before you get it.
Have you picked a piece up that's been anything other than green? Yeah, you say you have picked up a blue?
Yeah, I've got 2 blue weapons. I don't know much about guns. I think it's like a carbine or something. But then this weapon that I'm using now is like an SMG, I think. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, I've been playing with shotguns a lot, so I really, really want to find a blue shotgun.
We'll have to venture into the dark zone at some point over the weekend.
Yeah, I'm keen for that special loot.
Yeah, to get some high-end gear and just to see how much that's changed since we played it in the beta as well, because it's obviously going to be a lot bigger than the little area we were playing, and I'm keen to see how. I've heard a lot of people saying that not as many people are actually going rogue because the AI is that difficult to take down that people are actually working together rather than against.
I really like the sound of that. Like big groups of people, not even like just your party or your friends, but just kind of everyone banging together. Yeah. Like in the beta, I played a bit of the Dark Zone just on my own, but then I ended up teaming up with these like random people, and it suddenly became a lot more fun. So if that happens, like, but on a big scale, that's going to be awesome.
And plus high-end loot and better weapons.
Yeah.
So I tried to venture in there on the the solo character that I was playing, and just to
how'd you go?
around and see what I got absolutely annihilated the second I went through the door. The not by humans, that's what I mean. The AI enemies were dramatically out-leveling me. I mean, I think they were maybe level 9 or 10, and I was level 7, and they were just pumping me full of bullets.
So I want to know, in that situation, were they they just bullet sponges? Could you just not you just didn't have enough firepower to take them out, or were they acting smart and actually cornering you?
Oh no, they're a lot smarter in the dark zone. A lot smarter.
Cool. That's good to know. It's always it makes things more fun when the AI is smart, not just tough, not just because it's a bullet sponge, but actually it will outsmart you. Yeah.
And that's what I am noticing already. I mean, I know we're in a fairly early game right now, but these guys, the fire people whose names I can't remember right now. Cleaners, that's it. These guys do seem to be moving a lot differently to just what the general rioters do.
Yeah, I do like that there's sort of different factions or groups or whatever. They attack you differently and they move differently and they kind of have different personalities. I think that's really cool, and that will go a long way to keeping you interested in doing different missions and taking on the different factions. If they're all different, and you can kind of have an enemy who you're really good at taking them out, or they just obliterate you every time because you're so mismatched. I think that will,
And then obviously, as the game progresses, I expect the enemy types as they come into the game to increase in difficulty to take down.
Well, even in Town Hall Station, it's just plastered with posters for the Division, and there are posters for the cleaners and for the good guys, and a bunch of others who I can't remember, but every day I walk to and from work and I'm I'm really excited to come across this new type of enemy and see how they're different to the ones I've already met and stuff like that.
So let's talk about content a little bit. Obviously, we just said there's a ton of different types of enemies. We haven't actually met all of them yet ourselves. This is in no way, shape or form a review discussion. This is we're playing the game right now. Let's have a chat while we're doing it. What do you think in terms of the content, just from seeing sort of the mini-map early game, what we already have on there left to check off? I think there's a lot more than I was anticipating. I thought we could maybe get through this in a couple of nights this week. We've barely scratched the surface.
And we've been playing it a lot. Because I didn't, play Destiny, but I heard, all the criticisms about it. Oh, I'm down. I'm calling towards you. I heard people complaining about how there wasn't enough content and how it was kind of not a complete game until all the DLC came along. I was kind of just expecting this to be similar.
Yeah.
But
understandably.
But it's there's a lot to do, and everything's really varied as well. There are all these different types of missions, all these different things to collect, and the things you collect, I'm actually excited to collect them because they tell you more about the world and what happened. So I think there's a lot of variety, but there's also a lot to reward you for actually going out of your way to complete everything.
That's what I like as well. I think it's respecting my time a great deal more than Destiny does. That'll come into play in true reality at the end game, because that's where I spent the majority of my time in Destiny, at the end game, grinding for the best gear in the game, waiting for raids and things like that, the replay value. And that's why I've seen a few sites try to get review in progresses out, which is absolutely fine. They're well entitled to do whatever they want to do, but there's no way you can understand whether this game's a success or not based off, what is it now? Was it Tuesday we got access? Tuesday it came out?
Yeah, I think so.
It's Friday. I don't think there's any way. It can't be judged yet. Do you know what I mean? You can judge the story content and the mechanics, but you can't judge whether it's a success or not. And it is a success because it's Ubisoft's quickest selling game ever.
I know, it's outsold all of their other games combined. which, like, the Ubisoft, they've sold a lot of games.
And they have a lot of powerful franchises. To outsell the likes of Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, even though it was pants, it still did well, numbers-wise.
Yeah, before everyone realised, it did well.
Before everybody realised that it was a pile of shit. I see certain elements of it in this, though.
Oh yeah, like Watch Dogs was an incredible idea, and it kind of seemed more like a tech demo, or like a proof of concept than like a full-fledged game. And I think if you think about it in those terms, then it's a big success, and it has led to a lot of, you know, other game mechanics that they've put into other games, and that even like other franchises have used. So in that sense, yeah, like Watch Dogs was really good. And I'm happy to see that, yeah, some of the like really cool mechanics from that are actually being used in other games.
Yeah, I just noticed something absolutely amazing. So,
what happened?
If you stand by me and look at my gun now, as I've just emptied an entire mag, you can see the muzzle is cooling down. It has like a golden glow on it.
That's so cool.
Where it got hot. So see, that's the thing that I'm really enjoying about this, like the attention to detail. And I was saying it to you the other day when we were talking about just walking around the city. The attention to detail is brilliant. They've done a really good job designing the world.
Even when I reloaded my pistol earlier when we were just standing around trying to get stuff to work,
where did that come
the light, he's up the stairs. The like, I don't know what part of the gun it is, but like the gun actually kind of, the different parts of it move and like click in and out as you reload it, like I assume a real gun does, like they do in movies at least. It's, yeah, there's like lots of little cool details which I really appreciate in games. And the fact that they've done that for the world and just for like your character and stuff and all the weapons, that's really cool. I'm respawning.
Yeah, we just got checkpointed because I got toasted up by that guy who spotted where we were and came after us, which obviously goes back nicely to what we were saying. You know, that the enemies do get smarter. Like that guy just found where we were, straight up came for us. We couldn't do anything about it.
You know the situation. It's too late for these people here. They're dead, every one of them.
I also liked that, like, at least the cleaners, they're not really like they're not like bad guys. Like, you know what they're trying to do. They're trying to clean out the city and like get rid of the infections. Yeah.
It's all a matter of business, right?
Exactly, yeah. So like, I enjoy that. I mean, I don't know what the other ones are going to be like, but at least, you know, these guys, they're not just like, oh, just going to kill everyone, just going to loot things, just going to shoot at people. I think that also goes a long way towards like the sense of realism in the game.
Yeah, because it is a Tom Clancy game.
Yeah.
You know, Clancy made his name by creating works of story that could potentially happen. Like it's all based on real, proven medical possibilities or chemical possibilities. And as far as warfare goes, I can definitely say I hope this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Probably will though.
I mean, it could. It's possible. I don't know, with the way the world's going.
Yeah, everybody has so much hatred these days. All it's going to take is a little bit of smallpox on your banknotes to. I'm getting toasted by some guy that's.
Yeah, I'm shooting him. Oh no, but he just killed me. I tried.
It's the same guy. He's
yeah.
He's an orange enemy. I don't think we've come across one of them yet. So
yeah,
the purple is shielded, where the orange is like a lieutenant or something, like really shielded, maybe.
So apparently Chunt posted...
Yeah, I was just reading.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's... I can't see my PC. I can't see.
I'm sure no one's watching. Plus, I'm sure if they are, they're not
engaged at all. Like, what the hell are these guys doing?
Yeah.
But it's not too late for us. If we do what
Yeah,
we
I
gotta
don't
do,
think you're streaming correctly.
might not be too late
Yeah,
for
you're
us.
just two humans having a conversation.
So go to work.
These guys don't know anything.
You know nothing, Jones.
So even though I don't watch Game of Thrones, I watched the season 6 trailer and like I got excited for it. I was like, man, I wish I had stuck with this show.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave it a try. I loved the concept of it. I don't know. I found it kind of boring and I found it hard to like... Not because there were so many characters. Like, it wasn't because of that. It was just, I don't know, I wasn't like hugely invested in any of them. So I just kind of... stopped caring.
A very Alana world.
I know! Like, everyone assumes that I love it, and I know that I should. I know that it makes sense for me to enjoy it. I don't know.
It makes
It's
a lot
weird.
of
I'll
sense.
probably end up watching it one day, and I'll just, like...
Binging through the entire thing.
Yeah.
Right, that guy that keeps taking us down is coming for us. There's another
yeah.
one that's his level coming to your side now.
Oh, shit. Oh, I see him. I just threw grenades at them both.
Yeah,
so
I got the first guy that you hit down.
Cool. There's still the guy to the right.
I think I've got a grenade, so I'll try and just get it into them somewhere, and then I'll throw my turret down.
Well, I just used another one of my healing abilities, which like deploys like a healing mist and heals us both if we're standing inside it, so that should help negate a bit of their damage, because they do a lot of damage.
So do I,
actually,
with a headshot, but I can't land one because he's playing like it's just toasting me.
I'm trying another grenade. Hold on.
You might have to do a revive in a minute. Oh, I have a grenade.
I think he's down. Oh, but there's another guy. Nice. Yeah, I think we got them. Oh no, there's one more. Never mind.
There's a lot more, not just one.
But like the little XP counter popped up on my screen and I hadn't seen that pop up like in the middle of a fight before, so I was like, oh, that must mean that like all the XP from the fight's being calculated, but it turns out I just like hadn't been seeing it properly before.
So we now have the guy who's the boss of the level.
Yeah, he's up in the center there, surrounded by turrets. This will be fun.
I've landed a couple of headshots on him and try and take
I'm
the
gonna
turret
come up
out.
to you so that I can give us both healing stuff.
So there's a turret down. I'm also dying for some reason. There's a headshot. And another. And another. And now his shield's finally down, so he might actually start dying.
Oh, nice.
Missed him. Got him. Down.
Hey, nice work. Go team.
We did things.
I think we need a team name. So, because I don't know why, but lately I've just been saying "Go Team" a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
we
we
need
need
to
a team
invent
name. Yeah.
Surely with enough creativity among us to come up with one. There's some nice loot up here, and none of it's as good as the stuff I already have, which for an end of mission fight
Yeah.
is
I
dramatically
got-
disappointing.
I think I actually got some good stuff that's probably going to be better than what I have. At least one of the things should be better. Maybe not.
Lucky for you. And that's the nature of random loot shooters, kids. That's how it works.
Okay, no, I
So-
totally didn't get anything that was better.
We need to get to the crane controls, allegedly,
Okay.
which are through this keypad.
Agent, if you can find the crane controls, drop that tank someplace safe.
Yeah, I actually...
Chunt said Team Jalana.
Chunt, you're You're off the team. You're off the team name board.
What was the other suggestion? Team Alamy or Team July?
That should do it, Agent.
Oh yeah, we're now level 8.
Yes, good work. Now, sample team, listen up. Like I was saying, I'm gonna need those blood samples labeled and organized so we can track corroborating factors. Let's move this discussion to a different channel so we don't bore the agent.
Let's move this discussion to another channel so we don't bore the agent. And with that said, I think we'll wrap up our first video with some Division coverage. So we've got a plan to obviously play through the entire game together, Alana. That's what we're doing right now. We're then going to play. Well, we're going to play some Dark Zone together as well, which we want to turn into a video.
Yeah.
And we'll work on as cooperative a review as we can into next week, and then have a bit of a chat about that review and why we said the things that we said in personal form, and that'll be our content for the Division.
Yeah.
So lots of playing around in New York to do with our characters that resemble us in no way whatsoever. As I'm currently planning around. It kind of looks.
Almost looks like Tegan and Sarah, or Tegan and/or Sarah. But not.
It looks
really.
it looks like adult you with a slightly Asian face. I know you are an adult, but you know what I mean, like much more adult you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right, well,
I'm happy with that comparison.
It's a good comparison, and we'll be back in the next of our GamePlug Division footage, and we will see you then.
See you then.